Hello everybody and welcome to another video, and as you can see I am barefaced today because it was requested by a friend of mine named Kaylee on an earlier video that I do a more like tutorial-y style makeup video on the makeup look that I was wearing in that video, which happens to be my like go-to makeup look. So I'm gonna zoom you into my face. Ooh yes, all the way. As you can see, I'm having a bit of a breakout, but that's okay. And I have my hair pushed back with my little Spirited Away headband. Okay, so on the day today I don't wear foundation. I just wear concealer where necessary and powder. So I'm going to start with my Maybelline Cover Stick Concealer in 02 Vanilla. And I put this under my eyes. And on any spots I have, so you know, my whole face, on my nose, there's another spot there, cheeky bugger. So I blend my under eye concealer with my finger. Just gently with my ring finger. You don't want to like pull your skin too much because it's not really good for you. Okay, and this is like a cheap fake beauty blender that I found somewhere. Next, I'm going to powder using my Revlon Photo Ready powder and a big fluffy brush. And oops. I focus it on the parts of my face where I put concealer. Although on the days where I don't wear any CC cream or foundation, wow, screw this brush. I'll also dust it over my cheeks just to like try to balance out some of the redness that I get. I'm sorry by the way that I'm looking in the viewfinder, it's just that I'm using it as a mirror, so I am going to use my Morphe palette just for the lightest shade. Just that one there, because I really don't have anything like that in my drugstore collection. So I'm going to use like quite a big fluffy brush and just sweep that all over my eyelid all the way up to the brow bone. So I do this because I have quite a veiny eyelid, and putting concealer on my eyelids can make my eyeshadow difficult to blend. So next I'm going to use this lightest gold color all over my lid. This is from the Bourjois Smoky Eyes palette, but obviously you can just use whatever gold shadow you have in your life. And I'm going to apply it with my finger because I find that with this particular shade that's the way to get it the most pigmented. Next I'm going to use just any old blusher that I have in my life and a blending brush. This one is from Essence, which by the way, I really like the Essence brushes for the price. They're really nice. Like I almost exclusively use Essence brushes, to be honest. Okay, so I'm going to take the blush color and I'm going to put this all through my crease and quite high up on my brow bone, so it's like my transition color, which makes it easier to blend darker shades. So like if you were gonna wear black eyeshadow, for example, or like dark colors in your outer third, then I would recommend using a transition shade like this to make it easier to blend out. There's some unblended concealer on my nose. Okay, so what I do is I just use a back and forth windscreen wiper motion, and then I go into little tiny circular motions. Cool. I actually should have done that first before I put down the gold shade, so I'm going to go back in with that because I blended some of it away. So this like trio of colors is kind of like you can keep it as a standard and just change up the colors. So it's like a light color in the inner half of your eye, slightly darker color on the outer half of your eye, and then the transition shade. Now on the outer corner you can use any like shimmery gold color. There's so many different ones that you can use, but today I'm going to use this one, and with a flat shader brush I'm going to put that on the outer half third of my eye. And I'm just using patting motions to put it down. Sitting on the passenger side of my best friend's ride. I mean, on camera it looks a little more harsh, but like in person it looks fine. Like I don't even really need to blend it. But I'm going to go back in with the blush shade and the fluffy brush and blend out. Okay, I'm going to clear up some of my fallout. Okay, now I'm going to do my eyebrows, and I'm going to use a combination of these two Essence brow designers in the color blonde and the color brown. So the blonde one I put on like the front of my eyebrow and the brown one on the back. Okay, so what I normally do is I first make like a straight, like rectangular thing, and then I fill in the space. That's just me though. My eyebrows are two very different entities. They're different shapes, they're different, like they start in different places, the hair's in different places, one of them's darker than the other, it's a mess. Oops. You know what, dude, that's the best it's getting today, so... Okay, now I'm gonna use a highlighter shade from this Wet n Wild Mega Glow palette, and I'm gonna highlight my brow bone, which I find helps to blend out harsh eyeshadow as well. Like, it might look really weird until the last moment when you do your brow bone highlight. I'm going to do under my eyes, so I'm going to start with the blush and I'm going to sweep that like all the way through. Then I'm going to put a tiny bit of gold on the outer corner. And a tiny bit of the very light gold on the innermost part. And then I'm going to use this Essence Quattro eyeshadow. I'm going to use the lightest shade with my pinky finger on the inner corner of my eye. Which, by the way, this palette is so great. I don't think they make it anymore, but every one of these colors, with the exception of the dark purple one, I use on a regular basis. And I'm going to use the fluffy brush to blend that out a little bit. Now I'm going to use my Real Techniques Expert face brush to contour. I use eyeshadow to contour because I'm a plebeian. And I use these two shades here. This one's like a very cool toned neutral. You want to stay away from warm tones on your contour because that is not good. Makes you look orange. You don't want that. If you want like a proper natural shadow, you want to stick to cool toned colors. Even that's a tiny bit orange because I mixed it with the gold color. Yeah, and you want to try blend up, not down, when you do your contour. And I also put that same combination of colors on my jawline. And because I'm lazy, I also put just the neutral color, not the gold color, on my nose to contour my nose. I don't always wear blush. Today I'm gonna use the same Wet n Wild Mega Glow palette, and I'm gonna mix like this shade with all of the highlight shades and put that across my cheek. And I'm using this angled, I think this is a highlight brush, but yeah, from Colors Limited. Okay, and now I'm going to use this highlight stick, which I got in a Glamour magazine, which is a bargain. So it's a Glamour highlighter in the color Pearl, and I'm going to put that over my cheekbone and then just blend it out with my finger. And the good thing about this is that it's cream, so it's a little bit tacky, which makes it good if you want to add powder highlight over the top, which is what I'm going to do. So now I'm going to use the same Expert face brush and the highlights from this and just really pack them on top of that other highlight. Alright, we're almost done. All that's left to do is eyeliner and mascara. I don't have a method for eyeliner, by which I mean that people sometimes compliment me on my eyeliner and I'm like, friend, you appear to be under the assumption that I have any control over how my eyeliner turns out, when in reality I definitely do not. The best advice I can give you is that if you screw up your eyeliner, it's totally okay. Just take it off, put it back on, and then patch up any of the eyeshadow that you wiped off. So I always start with the bottom of the wing. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to bail on this wing already. So yeah, just have your makeup wipes ready, really. You also want to make sure that you don't have too much eyeliner on the brush. If you're using liquid, wipe some of it off. Although I would recommend starting off with a like cokey liner base, like a felt tip. So this one's from Essence, it's just called an eyeliner pen, and that's how I learned. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Yeah. Cool. Now I'm going to curl my lashes and put on mascara, and then we are done. Now for lips, I don't feel like doing anything too crazy, so I'm going to use my Revlon Colorburst Matte Balm in the color 205 Elusive Insatiable. And one of my favorite things to do with lipstick is to put in some gold pigment. So this is a loose pigment powder from Essence, a gold one, and so as you can see, that just gives it like a very pretty gold sheen. So I am obviously not a makeup artiste, but this is what I do with my own makeup. All of my products mostly were very cheap and stuff, and you can find them in like clicks and discount. So yeah, if you guys like this video, you can give it a thumbs up. If you like me and want to see more from my channel, you can click the subscribe button down below, and I make new videos whenever I can. Thanks for watching, guys. I love you. Bye!